facing headlights. I'll pull you out of these evil streets, and I'll bring you back to me. Oh, back to me. Back to me. Oh, back to me. Oh.
Yo, Bash, you been tripping on them hoes.
Facing headlights, I'll pull you out of these evil streets, and I'll bring you back to me. Back to me, back to me, oh, back to me, oh. Facing headlights, I'll pull you out of these evil streets, and I'll bring you back to me.
myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. It's my vocation. Now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Water no bed like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far for myself. I had to prove to everybody else. I had to set them straight. I had to ball, so I had to renovate. I know they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate.
Okay, so now it's working on me only. I see that the meter is working. Okay, so now it's working on me only. Hi, everybody. I see that the meter is working. I am trying to get my volume, y'all, so give me a second. Everybody that can hear me, give me a second. I am trying to get my volume, y'all, so give me a second. 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 All right. So we good. We good. We good. All right. So we good. We good. We good. We good. Let me just turn me up. Turn them up. Turn that up. Yeah. 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 All right, y'all. We are back. I know you can hear me. Shout out. Oh, let me send my invite out to my other special guest that's supposed to be joining me, which I know they probably like, where the fuck are you? Which, no, they haven't even looked at the first message.
They did.
They did not. Oh, they did. Okay, there they go. Well, hope they come into the second. We was having technical difficulty. All right, y'all. What's up, y'all? Y'all see in the title, we have some things we have to take over. Huh?
I can't hear you.
I don't have it to where you want to hear me specifically out of the headphone. I can.
No, I'm
A little annoying.
I'm all right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm cool.
Yeah, you see
Yeah.
how annoying that is? Yeah, that's hella annoying.
Yeah.
We right here, we can hear each other.
I'm not judging you.
Far-right extremists are attacking reproductive rights. State Senator Rochelle Wynn is fighting back to defend Nevada women's right to choose. And she's the only Democrat endorsed by Planned Parenthood. Wynn is the fighter we need. Vote Rochelle Wynn for State Senate.
I'm a therapist who goes to therapy, and some people think that's strange. The thing is, though, therapists are human beings just like you.
Just because you're a cop, why should you have the right to tote a gun around just because you have a badge?
And you're saying we shouldn't be armed?
You shouldn't have guns at all.
Okay, next time there's an active shooter going into a university, then we're just gonna let him shoot all the students.
You know what? I can't do this. Do this episode my wife.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. Cops should not carry guns.
I mean, there are so many countries in this world that do not have this level of violence within its law enforcement department or any other department. Guns themselves are not the issue. It's the finger behind the gun, because you don't know the mentality, the mind, you know, the heart of the person, and things trigger people and they snap. And no one exempt. Police officers are human beings too. They can snap.
If you took guns away from the uniform, I guarantee you, like, half of them would not be there working.
No,
you know,
it's the power.
If you had to struggle to submit a perpetrator and to, like, actually do work, police work, like, it's not just about reaching for your gun 99% of the time. Yeah. So it's like if the gun wasn't part of the uniform, a lot of them wouldn't take that enabling role that they want to take as officers. You know,
right in front of my building, I was harmed by an older man. When I got away, I went to the police. The detective took me to the hospital, everything, checked me out. You know what the police officer did with having a gun and everything else? Pulled me over, saying he was taking me back home, pulled me over on a dark side of a street and raped me. Because of the uniform, the badge, and the gun that made me freeze. But you, as a police officer, saying that you were here to protect and to serve, you allowed your power, your uniform, you got everything else to make you think that that was okay. And this happens a lot. It happens a lot.
They want to abuse other people. They want to, you know, tyrants over other people, so they choose jobs like that. Like, what if you want to help other people, why can't you go be a humanitarian? There's oceans to clean up. Instead, like, everybody just wants to be out here taking rights away from others and abusing people. people and getting guns, and the moment you start copying an attitude, literally click. Let's go.
But you know, I don't want to do that to them as they do it to us.
Can they disagree or step forward?
What the science is showing us is the universe appears to be alive, it appears to be conscious.
Near-death experiences are some of the strongest evidence we have that there is life after death.
Peer-reviewed research shows that human consciousness can affect physical matter.
As a group, when we do intention, we create a psychic internet. There is this universal divine force that guides all of us.
There is actually a lot of...
If someone else has a gun, you gotta defend yourself too, you know, just the way you use it. I'm not saying that you should use guns, but I mean, if you have a gun, then you have to use it, of course, but not use it just for traffic stops or people with mental illnesses, stuff like that. That's out. If they have a knife or a stick or, you know, or a fork, like that doesn't justify anybody getting shot.
So you're for having armed police officers?
Yeah, if someone else has a gun, if someone else.
I believe that y'all should be armed because I believe in the Constitution. I don't believe in the policing that the police force has done throughout many communities I've been in, but I do believe in rights versus laws, and I do believe that there are dangerous scenes that you go to where it is required to use them. So I have to agree that part of your, like he said, his tool belt needs to include a pistol.
Okay, good, because I was about to challenge you both and say, okay, So you mean to tell me that what happened at Michigan State University with an active shooter killing five students, or Ubaldi, where they went into an elementary school and killed children?
The Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook, what happened over 10 years ago. You're sitting there telling us that we shouldn't be carrying firearms?
Yeah, you shouldn't. Like, if you guys are just traffic cops and stuff like that, you guys shouldn't.
No,
If you guys are like a SWAT team.
Yeah, you're not answering my question.
Like I said, I'm just going based on what you said. You called me a predator. I'm like, I never done that in my life, right? I've been in situations where I've been shot at. I had 2 members of my department die in the last 2 months. I've been in situations where I've needed my firearm. I've needed every tool in my belt in my career. If you would go out and then see half of the stuff I see, you may change your perception about what you see. It's dangerous.
So you can't call for backup?
What does me calling for backup have anything to do with
So
this?
if you work county, okay, say in my area.
I'm a county cop.
Right, and in my area, I mean, you have miles and miles of nothing around you. Your closest partner is maybe if you're lucky, 20 minutes away. Okay. In the meantime, I've got somebody that has me at gunpoint. point, and if I don't have a gun on my hip, I'm dead. I am a dead man walking because I have nothing that can go up against another gun.
But how do you think felons feel?
There's tasers, pepper balls, like
Societal issues are not on the police. Police. Like, I'm not stripping you of your rights, right? That is not. You can vote. I don't give a shit. You can vote. You can carry a gun. You can do all that. That is not my personal. That is not my job in life. My job is you've been accused of a crime. I got to take you to jail because that, this, and that, and the third. I'm done.
You're saying that we should have pepper spray, tasers to Michigan State University or Uvalde? Is that what you're saying? So you're telling me that if I'm a cop, I have no gun? But
Right.
also, this,
Well, he said to the community, like maybe
no, that's not what he said.
Maybe
The prompt is, should cops be unarmed? Hold on a second. You just got done watching probably the most tragic incidents in the, probably historically, Ubaldi, may I add. That's kids, for crying out loud. And what you're sitting here saying is that we shouldn't be in our, what does it do? Would you like me to do if someone has an AK-47 killing kids? That's my question to you.
We actually have our own rights. You know, that we actually have our own rights to carry and defend ourselves in certain situations like that.
You know, with all due respect, that's not the that's not the question I'm asking.
But if you want to use your body,
I'm asking. If you were, okay, I'll ask in a different way. If you're a police officer and you have no firearms, you got your pepper spray, you have your taser, you have your baton, and you are responding to Ubaldi Elementary School where there's an active shooter with an AK-47, what are you going to do?
I would say that I would call for backup to the proper authorities that would be entitled to have those weapons that are not in the general community.
I get what he's saying.
No, but what entitled to have weapons? Who? What agency?
So like the
SWAT
UK.
and above.
Yeah, what he's saying. It's like United Kingdom. How United Kingdom, their special force in their police department have weapons, but they're regular.
So why should you just be? Why should you have the ability to just tote around a gun? That's my question to you.
What's that?
My question to you is, just because you're a cop, why should you have the right to tote a gun around just because you have a badge?
No. That's not what the prompt is. The prompt is cops being unarmed, cops being all of us.
But you use your body, and your body, they took like over an hour to respond when they were there. So you had the guns and you still didn't.
What I'm saying is that he's saying cops. Cops is a very, when you say cops to me, you're talking everybody. Every single cop, okay? And you're saying we shouldn't be unarmed. Okay.
You shouldn't have guns at all.
Okay, so you know what? Next time there's a big active shooter going into a university, then I guess we're just gonna let him shoot all the students.
So I have a question for you. So all those countries that don't have their police officers carrying guns?
Not many, just so you know.
Oh, I know very well. That's the work that I do.
Okay.
So, and even been there to see that. But what I'm saying is that, have you ever thought about how those countries respond to those situations? And can we do the same?
We
My boys accent another fire track. I'ma go ham, we gon' get that bag back. Every morning 8 a.m. you bet I'm hitting the squats. So the gram look pretty with my ass on the yacht. All my bitches independent, they be making a lot. Whole crew getting litty off a couple of bops. But if I gotta chase a check, then I'm not nice. If I gotta send a threat, shoot the shot twice. And if the contract shit won't sign it, bitch, I won't sign it. If I gotta kill a hoe, I'm Mula Rambo. Eating all these bitches up like we in Nando's. But I keep his endo, smoke a Palo Santo. Swerving my kawaii little Prius, fuck a Lambo. And if you gotta throw shade, cause I'm too hot, don't forget the lemonade, number 2 scotch. Every single second looking brighter on my wristwatch. Like we at the tip top, but this is just a quick stop. I'm a dumb, don't forget, hand me the cash, don't do checks. In my zone, I'm a flex, pass me the gas.
Recordings just got better.
And I'm back. Shit was muted. That supposed to unmute itself. Let's go.
And everything is a crime now.
Can the disagreeer step forward?
That prompt, it's a very open-ended question. I shared a part of my story earlier about the person, the officer. The good is there. She's trying to say it's
And everything is a crime.
what they do. The good is there. The good is there. It's 4 of you right here. You have some conscience. That's what I'm hearing.
Committing a crime is never justified. Does anybody agree with the prompt?
And everything is a crime now.
Can the disagreeer step forward?
They feel like they're getting picked on.
That prompt, it's a very open-ended question. I shared a part of my story earlier about the person, the officer, who was there to protect, serve, and he committed a crime against me. Was he justified? Because he's a police officer, a detective. I forgave him. And so that's why I couldn't step forward, because I had to pause for a second. I have to take a neutral stance here because that's not our reality.
I was 14 years old and I was deciding to not go to school. And my stepdad came up and yanked a cover out from underneath me and I hit the ground off of a bunk bed. And I got up cussing him and he slapped me across my face and I was the one that was taken to juvenile hall. But damn it, my crime was justified. You know, I think with anybody, with any crime that is committed, there's a reason, there's a background, there's a story.
There you go.
There's circumstances that you have to find out. And us as police officers, that's our job, you know, and we'll take it from there.
So none of you as officers stepped forward and felt like it was unjustifiable the minute that you put your badge on to commit a crime?
No,
Not one of you.
I feel like it's
She just asked
justified.
for an instant.
Right. I feel like some things are justified for basic survival.
I'm just curious
you
if
deal
out
with,
of
like,
4 of you didn't have that one concept and you took an oath to protect and serve my community, his community, your community, her community, and not one of you stepped forward. I was going to step forward and challenge it. I hesitated and went back because I wanted to rethink it. Not one of you felt like when you put on that badge and that tool belt that there was no justifiable reason to commit a crime because it'd be self-defense, right?
Some things are justified. Like I just said, basic survival. I
Food,
deal with
yeah.
transients all the time, right? They go and steal something. My department requires me to do something when somebody steals something. Now,
All right, I have a
do I
quick-
think it's right? No, but he's hungry. It's my job, so I have to do something or I'm gonna get fired. Can I pull out my card and pay
I've
for
done
it?
that.
No,
Yep. I've done that.
but I can't. My department doesn't allow me to do that, so I can't do that. I have to do something. They say, hey, I want him to go to jail. He's going to jail based on what that person said. With your situation, if she would have took the knife to the officer, that's justified to me, right? In my eyes.
Yeah.
Now, do we have being justified and dealing with the consequences are two different things.
I'm totally accountable. My years in prison made me 100% accountable for me in every action that I do and every thought that I make. So I've served federal and state prison. I have a parole until 2036 for narcotics. I've never hurt anybody. Nobody's ever overdosed from my drugs. I just got caught under the Reagan laws. I was
Not nickels and dimes. Stop playing for doing state and federal. Stop playing. I'm selling hard shit. I get caught up and I just supposed to we supposed to just what? Let you back out so you can sell more drugs and kill the community?
She ain't say that.
and state prison. I have a parole until 2036 for narcotics. I've never heard
I'm on parole. That means she's still serving time for selling drugs.
Yeah.
anybody. Nobody's ever overdosed
She
from my
never
drugs. I just
said
got caught under the
nothing
Reagan
bad.
laws. I was raised in there. I've created my deepest
She never
friendships that I have in
disagreed
there.
with
I've left
nothing.
women behind in there. The problem is that when I found myself in trouble since I've been home, the last number I would call is anything with a 11, 211, 411, or 911. My loss of faith and belief in the whole entire police community is gone. It ain't no 2% of you in my eyes. There ain't no.
And that's her
So-
opinion.
And my question would be, so you would rather somebody else commit a crime to come save you than the people that you actually pay taxes for to come save you? You would want somebody else to waste their life to come rescue you.
That's what it sounded like she's saying. I don't agree with it.
You remember those two girls over here? Those two dyke girls?
Yeah.
She got into it with somebody older than her. And she was willing to throw away whatever Crip blood gang she from, life away, to come beat somebody up so he can get charged, he can go to jail, he can get press
I know what
charges.
you're talking about.
Why don't people think like that? And especially when they got brown skin, they definitely, man, I call my cousin to throw away their life for what? To deal with your problem that you have to deal with, that you got yourself into. Especially female, and females wonder why they like, man, I don't want to deal with that because as soon as I get into it, she gonna cause some people. And I love throwing that place out. You know they finna waste their life. You know they finna go to jail. Like, you know, fuck they finna penitentiary, drop the soap. They finna be little boo boo.
Yo, that's stupid. Talking about little boo boo.
They finna be little boo boo. Ooh, look, whoop, drop the soap. Big spin your bend you. She's rather for somebody to get spent and bent. Huh?
Ooh, that's her opinion.
1%.
I don't know why she feel like that.
Because you might be a hero one day, and then 16 years later, back against the corner, lose everything you stood for. And it happens. We're humans.
Just a prompt. Anything that you've done to get you where you were was never justified.
If you look at justifiable, no, I was greedy. I was taught to hustle.
But why did you start?
Because I was hungry.
you were justified, but you're still going to get arrested. That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't justify it. I'm accountable. See, there's
No,
a
no,
difference. You
no,
can't.
that's not what I'm saying. I understand where you come from, but I'm still going to arrest you. I'm still going to do my
Because
job.
this is a job.
Yeah, I'm
So
still going
what
to do it. So
is-
I understand your story. I hear you, but you're still going to jail. That's what I'm saying. Is it justified? I get it. You were hungry. You had to do what you had to do. You had to do what you had to do to survive.
Well, she
I get it.
looking at it as, bro, like, I don't know, because it seems like she being too thirsty to take the blame when he basically saying what you started doing was justifiable.
Well, what she's sort of saying, what I'm getting out of, what I'm taking out of it, she was like, check this out. If I didn't have to put food on the table by selling drugs, if I could have got a decent job somewhere, making a decent amount of hours, because the only job I could get was some poor ass job, assumably.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yet again, she was taught how to hustle. It sounded like she wasn't taught how to go fill out an application.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me being a smart ass, but still, I'm just saying. That's not right. That's not fair. That's not cool. And yes, I understand your story. I hear you. Get your ass locked up.
But yeah, that's what he's saying. He
Yeah,
said basically, you start selling drugs, you committed your crime is justifiable. But I still got a job to do, so you got to take your ass to jail. That is basically what he literally just said. He was like, you was just, yeah, so.
So, because at one point in time, you did not have to keep.
Yeah. True. What?
Because that's why Nevada is like it is.
Yeah.
It's a gang of jobs. But if we talk to an old head to get mad because like all these damn Mexicans out here taking all these damn jobs. Well, what do the niggas want to do out here? Let's keep it real. I'm in Nevada. The niggas out here want to hustle. That's why it's so easy for a person to lose a job and go find another job, because only thing I gotta fight against is another Mexican. I'm not really fighting against a bunch of people looking for a job. Like when I first came out here, oh man, it was you better keep that job.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You want to know something? I was working at Chevron. I love that job.
Gas station?
Yeah. But I got let go because of my background.
I don't know how y'all like working at gas stations.
Because I'm a people's person, bro.
I'm a people's person, but I don't like gas stations. Responsibility that you signed up for.
Which is?
That if anybody steal, you supposed to at least try to do something. Maybe they have changed after the pandemic, but before the pandemic,
Yeah. After the pandemic, they made it where they can't chase a motherfucker.
And I know for a fact, because I stayed across the street and I went to the store when it happened. I couldn't believe that it happened. I was like, nigga, they were like, you didn't hear that? I was like, no. But dude stole an ice cream. Dude shut the door on the dude's fingers. Like, bro, you're not gonna keep stealing out my store, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, I work, you're not gonna keep doing that. Bullet went through him through the door.
Hold on, wait. So who shot who?
The dude that got the ice cream shut on him, shot the dude that was working at the store over some ice cream.
But dude shouldn't have closed the door on his hand.
Dude, you shouldn't have been stealing no fucking ice cream.
Well, look.
Stop playing.
Some people you gotta let just go. Shit. You are look, bro.
So therefore, this is something I want to ask you before I keep going real quick. If cops ain't supposed to have a gun, can everybody else that work at a job have a gun to protect themselves and protect the items that are in that store? And at least that sales. Fuck the dumb shit.
Alright. I could say for themselves, yeah. But I don't disagree. I mean, I agree, but I disagree on cops not having guns. Like I said earlier, like he also said, I'm gonna say some departments. Some departments. Like the ones that be out here riding, yeah.
As a traffic cop.
They still come into bullshit as far as like you said.
I'm gonna say it like this. Anybody with a damn badge, security guard, cop, nigga.
Okay, so what if your security guard a felon?
Huh?
So what if your security guard a felon?
You're not supposed to be a security guard.
I think it is. I think so. Some security jobs let you.
You're not gonna be the one with a gun. Sorry. That's to be you.
But no,
I don't know why you picked this profession.
No, I think that's basically unarmed security though.
What's that?
Well, you ain't got no gun.
But yet again, I don't know no security guard that high, bro.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
That's the most dumbest thing to do is to hire a felony. You think they gonna serve and protect? Ooh. Now, yes, people can't change. Charleston White. People can't change. But yet again, I would say even though Charleston White changed, I don't think Charleston White should become a cop. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, you messed up that opportunity.
So do you think in his home,
what?
He should have a gun in his home?
Charleston White?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, yeah, because he has changed. He has actually served. He got certificates for serving his community and giving back to the community. It's not like he.
Guess what?
Shit.
It don't matter. He could be all that. It just take that one thing or that one person to bring that devil out.
Boy, stop. And many people that attempted him wanted to beat him up, nigga, they jumped him on stage. And listen here, I can honestly say, look, I'm a Charleston White fan to a small extent. Because, yeah, there's some things I think he shouldn't be doing. One, comedy. No, that nigga, you is not funny. You is not funny until you're telling the truth. Now, when you telling the truth, yes, that shit is funny as hell. I'm gonna keep it real. But for you to think that you can sit up here and do stand-up comedy, nigga, let me roll this other blunt.
What they jump him on stage for?
Huh?
What they jump him on?
Bruh.
Hey.
He was talking, like, I ain't gonna lie.
I need to run over to Miles, grab my soda. I'm thirsty now. And they ain't
There's
got no
water
cup.
right there.
I ain't got no cup. I might as well go get my soda. It's in the bottle.
Ladies and gentlemen, this dude want to go get his sippy cup.
I like that. But nah.
Go get your little sippy cup.
Don't be a jackass.
Huh?
Don't be a jackass out here. Oh. Snow, I need you to get up. Oh.
Hey, y'all, he did that because I got jokes. But this is why I be needing a guest, because I can't tell these jokes without a guest. I can't tell these jokes just looking at a camera and pictures. I don't be thinking of this stuff because the right questions don't be asked, except for in this document, convicts versus cops, which this happened.
Hey, that conversation getting real interesting, I see. Because we still on that. What is something else you wanted to talk about, too?
We might go into that a little bit because that shit funny. That's a bunch of laughter. But while he gone, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cover some other stuff real quick and see what's been going on in the news. Because, yes. Well. Okay, UConn won. UConn basketball, y'all, like I don't even know what you're talking about. Let's hear people that don't really watch basketball talk about
Just getting all this attention.
And I
said they are going to come after our guns, look for mass shootings, and then magically it happens. This is staged.
And that's when I filed the lawsuit against Alex Jones.
75 million people believe Sandy Hook was saved. These families have been hunted, and Jones is getting rich off it.
This is a kangaroo court, a witch hunt.
I hope to accomplish an era of
and she's getting all this attention, and some nasty press reporters are upset about it. We read a piece on Friday with this woman saying the face of women's basketball has been black and it needs to stay black. Okay, racist. So she's getting a lot of hate from people like that. Of course, Jamel Hill has weighed in. Like a lot of people taking shots at her. Lynette Woodward, who I didn't know, I confess I'm not a big WNBA or NBA person, but she came out to say her own scoring record stands despite Caitlin Clark beating it because I guess they didn't have 3-pointers when she was playing, which is just ridiculous. Here she is in SOT 6.
I don't think my record has been broken because you can't duplicate what you're not duplicating. And so unless you come with a men's basketball and a 2-point shot, hey, you know. But just for you, so you can understand, so you can help me spread that word.
What is that? Talk about ungracious.
And Sid Luckman was the greatest.
That's crazy that before they get into it, I'm gonna say that's crazy that they don't want to move the needle forward and try to do a better job and complimenting the future and moving the game forward. That's why women basketball is suffering the way they suffer, y'all. And we said time and time again, this is why they suffer the way they suffer. And they seem not to understand or get it or even pay any attention to it. And I don't know. That's crazy. You got a girl that got eyeballs that filling up seats, that's doing what none of you women, other women came before has done. None of you women are filling up seats like this. Not like this. And some of y'all have. Maya Moore. She was filling up seats. We all love to watch her play. But she wasn't as controversial as this. This is just too damn controversial to even make a point, to even stand for something. What are you standing for when somebody trying to make a move and do something better? The girl can hoop. She stayed in her town, her country, her lane, and did her thing. Basketball, and you know what's crazy, y'all? Basketball was made by a white. They act like basketball was made by black people. That's what be killing me. Y'all really act like it was made by black people. No, basketball was made by a white man. Dominated by black people.
Quarterback of all time, because after him they had face masks. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, the sport changes, right?
Well, it's like Jimmy Connor, you know, or John McEnroe. Like their little tennis rackets were about this big.
Yeah, it's weird because I mean, you know, I grew up in Connecticut around the time that UConn became like a national powerhouse in both men's and women's basketball, and it was sort of thing that entire time that people like were demanding your attention for women's basketball. It was almost like this thing where you had to get into it because there was equality and you had to recognize the wonderful greatness of these athletes. And of course they do great, amazing things and are great female basketball players. But like Caitlin Clark has done a totally different thing. She's captured the entire attention of the nation. I never in my life would I imagine that I cared more about the women's basketball Final Four than the men's. And that is exactly where I was this year because of her, solely because of her. She has changed. I mean, because she's an incredibly amazing player. It has nothing to do with her personality. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just that she's completely changing the sport and doing things.
The white woman taking the white women down. But then they were just mad when the white man was coming into a women's sport. But now I don't get you. I don't get it. Either y'all Y'all don't want transgenders to take over y'all sport. Y'all don't want men to take over the sport. Y'all don't want white women to take over y'all sport. I'm just saying, like, y'all in this basketball thing. So, what's going on now? They you ain't heard. He ain't heard. He ain't heard. He ain't heard.
I put my headphones on for this.
Pointers when she was playing, which is just ridiculous. Here she is in SOT 6.
I don't think my record has been broken because you can't duplicate what you're not duplicating. And so unless you come with a men's basketball and a 2-point shot, hey, you know. But just for you, so you can understand, so you can help me spread that word.
What? She's hating on Caitlin Clark breaking her record, saying that Caitlin Clark ain't broken her record. There's a lot of people, man, they are hating. Here's another person that was hating. I heard that.
Well, March Madness is officially over, and South Carolina yet
I
again.
don't want to hear his part. I just want to hear. Yeah, she was hating big time. I heard. I hope he just played.
Some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying that it's not going to translate, because when you're great at what you do, you're just going to get better. But there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie. And, you know, it might take a little bit longer for some people.
Let's just cut to the chase right here. The stuff Caitlin...
Bruh, she be hating, y'all. It's too many people that's hating on this sport. And what kills me, and I'm gonna say it one more time, basketball was created by a white man.
You a fool.
Am I a fool because I'm factually telling the truth and can't nobody hear you because the microphone way over here? Come on, don't do that.
I wasn't trying to.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I wasn't trying to. I was looking at that ain't what I thought it was.
Are we gonna hate?
So hold on. They trying to say she ain't beat their record or something?
A lot of women are saying of the sport are saying she's not good enough. They're saying that she's not ready. Her leadership and her shooting all like that, boom, busting ass and good layups and going hard in the paint, all that. Boy, all the seats. Boy, stop playing. That girl got skills and will shoot it on anybody. And this girl is ready for the point is, and I think a lot of people that's hating on it, is the hype around her.
Yeah.
They don't want the hype to go around her because it's not going to be on. Yeah. And they're going to explain it to us like, oh, it's not just them. It's not going to be on the sport. If she's playing the sport, that means people watching the sport. Here in Las Vegas, you know where the WNBA play their games at?
Well,
UNLV. You know when she comes to town, you know where they gonna play their games at?
Well,
T-Mobile.
Man.
You see what they hating on?
Yeah.
But why hating on that when she's changing the game? Where she's getting eyeballs in the game. People are looking at the game. At first they was not looking at the game. Now we're looking at the game.
Yeah. They some haters, bro.
This year, I promise you, dog, I can look at anybody and say this year and last year, I did not watch no man's college basketball like I normally would. I didn't. None. I did not care. I still don't care. Why? Because of her. I'm like, I don't give a... And look, what makes it so bad is she's gone to the WNBA, and I definitely want to watch college basketball females next year because of the name that she played around, and she actually made me listen. Like Coco, I want to see Coco now. Coco, a freshman. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for her busting out their names, I wouldn't know no other names to even be listening for and looking for and so high. But yet again, here we go.
It's hidden from everyone for 43 years. 43
years.
I don't think, I'll just go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. I don't think my record has been broken because you can't duplicate what you're not duplicating. And,
because she didn't have a men's basketball, and when she played the game, there was no 3-point. But girl, you wasn't shooting it from way back there, busting niggas' ass. You wasn't doing that. You wasn't doing that. You wasn't doing that. You wasn't doing that. You're not doing that. That's hypeness right there. It's not happening. I haven't had that hypeness since Maya Moore. And Maya Moore, I feel like was the most rounded player. She was almost the MJ of the WNBA in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? She was that good. I used to either watch her games or at least see the highlights. And Maya Moore and Candace Parker match up when they played against each other. Oh man, come on! Like, yes, people, I know the WNBA. I've been watching it since Cheryl Swoop's day, back when it first started. Yes, I like women. Everybody that used to, oh, you gay. How am I gay? Because I'm watching women's sports. I'm seeing titties flopping.
Ass shaking.
Everything. Ankles breaking. You know?
Shot making.
Right. And volleyball was no better. Oh, God. Oh, my God. No,
Hey.
professional volleyball, too.
How many men you think from the hood will play volleyball?
From the hood? None. Pride in the way.
Not mine.
How many niggas from the hood to go watch a female professional volleyball? None. Too many hood anyway. Until they see them outfits and see them tall ass girl, and they be like, damn, tall girl, tall tits, tall pussy. Like, my man. You see, when you paint that picture, when you Charleston White them, see, at first we just saying volleyball. But then when I Charleston White them, tall titty, tall pussy, tall girl. Oh yeah, I'm there. What the hell? We going to the club? Look, we going to the club.
Hey, like that track runner. What's her name? I want to make sure I say it correctly.
For the USA? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know her name either, but yeah.
Nah, that.
The little pot smoker.
Oh, be smooth, bro. Be smooth.
It's only facts.
Be smooth.
It's only facts.
That's my baby. Be
I don't
smooth.
care. So you're not gonna miss she a pot smoker?
But then where she is?
I do. I care.
I care too, cause she got.
I don't think she should. Now listen to her. She a pot smoker. Do I think she should have got all that scrutiny for just smoking weed? No.
Not at all.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Not at all.
Not at
all
all.
that shit was great.
They
And
did
not
that
only
for
did she
attention.
smoke weed and take off, she came back and bust her ass. And when you found out that you needed her, when you said all these other girls, hey other girls, go out there and run. Beat her. What? You can't beat her. What you mean you can't beat her? You mean I gotta go get her? I gotta go get the pothead?
Hey, I guarantee you that's probably how they felt for real. Oh God.
They was over here. Girls, come on. We got rid of the pothead. Oh, come on, girls. Run. A whole year went past. Bitches. What happened? Pothead.
Hey, did you see the video where she corrected the one of the fans for saying her name wrong?
Did you see the one where the reporter asked, so what you gotta say to the people? I ain't gotta say nothing to them. The one that was with me, and she got first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it. But she's going through the same thing. Come on, dog. We just got talking a couple of days ago when old girl LSU lost.
Yeah.
I'm the victim. She lost. She lost in the finals twice, 2 years in a row. She's not a national state championship. Do she care? Yes. Is she finna play the victimhood? It was the niggers. It's all those niggers. If I could have shot a 3, I could have said nigga. No, you see what I'm saying? Like, no. Good game. I love the sport.
I ain't gonna lie though, bro. I think she was overdoing that shit though.
Who?
The one who cried victim. She was overdoing it, bro. You lost, man. Suck it up.
But you won last year. You did one thing that she didn't do. Now that she lost the championship.
The same team they just played this year, right?
Yeah.
You should feel good, even though you lost it. Y'all was the first ones to win when y'all went against each other.
You beat her. But now you know what she's probably saying. I got her. She didn't get none. You think she cares?
Yeah.
She hurt. Yeah, she like, fuck it, I really want one. Yeah, and like Gina Arena said, I wish she would. You know what? We should get on our Twitter and say hashtag don't go to the WNBA. Run that shit back one more time. Be a 5th year in college. She ain't gonna be doing shit but hooping.
Yeah.
Nigga, she gonna be busting threes from the fucking free. Yeah. She be shit from the free throw line. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get up into this last little quick segment real quick. I was supposed to be rolling a blunt, but I don't know if my guests gonna stay around for a whole nother blunt section. Plus, we almost to the 2-hour mark. Nigga, please.
No, everybody in my household are knocked out.
Everybody in my household.
I'm cool.
So, since he cool, he doing the old man school dude. No, I seen this thing where it's African versus African American. I didn't watch the whole thing. I only heard a little bit of it. And y'all know I be at work. And the little bit that I heard,
Kate Cox,
me cracking up. I died.
Is that your phone?
Oh, that's my watch. Can you grab that watch right there? I used to have to get up at this time.
Is this Apple?
Yeah.
You want me to stop?
Yeah. Is this Apple? That's all I got.
Them birds watch for a couple days.
Apple. That's my watch, bro. Stop playing. Who lets a person borrow a watch?
Me?
You let somebody borrow your watch?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna take your watch off the table. I don't feel like getting up.
It's time to play
Match That Guess,
where we challenge our Echo Park experience.
Let me jump in real quick. Notice we
Hold on, y'all. I don't want y'all to miss this because I'm definitely finna crack jokes. Whoever that one, shout out to Rumble, because I'm not even monitoring, so I know somebody's watching on Rumble. So shout out to Rumble, YouTube, and everybody that's watching, especially when you watch later. I know most of my viewers that watch later, but look, if y'all ever want to hear me crack jokes, I know for a fact I'm about to say something stupid and funny. I just feel it. Because when I was at work and I heard one of these people talk, and I'm allowed to say people because they are people. I don't mean it ain't no. I don't mean it like that. But yet again, just listen, y'all. I died laughing.
Me coming from Africa, I came here to better my life. And I feel like personally, we need to stop using the word racism when we don't get something or when something don't go our way. And just
let me jump in real quick. No disrespect, but racism exists, and I have to acknowledge it. And I can't just ignore it, but what I can do is not buy into the system.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, that quote already between them two already got my juices pumping. He said, I can move here from Africa. But then my leave. I want to hear you niggas take racism.
You an asshole.
He said,
nigga. It's racism over here. He did sound kind of aggressive when he said it, though.
Hey. Y'all, it's gonna go down. I know I'm finna crack jokes. As long as my guests stay here and we can have a dialogue back and forth, I know I'm finna crack some jokes.
Bruh.
I feel it. I can feel it in the air. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I love these shows. These shows are very,
Step forward if you agree. Slavery affected my family.
yes. This is all if anybody can see, y'all see the gray little mark? Within a gray little mark at work, I know I was cracking jokes at work. So I know that just in this. And before they keep going, slavery happened over 200 years ago. Oh yeah, what the light skinned dude's finna say. He's like, it's in my name. My name is King. The fuck do they gotta do with slavery? How it affected you because your ancestor's name was like, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's just evident in my last name, King. I mean, that's the brand of the slave owner that put that name on my family all those years ago, and I'm still wearing it in those ways, along with the compounded, economic disparity, social disparity, mental trauma, all of that. I mean, it's tethered forever.
So to go back to slavery and talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, it has never stopped. So there is no post. What my great-grandparents were teaching my
What I just want people to understand where I'm coming from, so maybe y'all can look for what I want y'all to look for. What I am looking for these three to answer is, where did the trauma from slavery, how did it affect them? What made them depressed that a white man beat the shit out of somebody that's been dead for over 100 years? I'm sorry to say it like that, but I really need y'all to vividly, physically, and emotionally understand what y'all need to really grasp. That somebody that actually felt the slavery, that got beat, lived through it, didn't have no shoes, couldn't read, only thing they was able to read was the Bible. How did their beating, their ass whooping, their master, their nigger talking, how did that affect somebody 200 years ago after that death? That's what I want y'all to get and feel.
My grandparents, who taught my mother, who taught me, came from what they learned through slavery. So there's a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity, a fear of society, a fear of law enforcement. So slavery has made a major impact where the low self-esteem is consistently reoccurring. I think for me, growing up in Los Angeles, California in the early 1960s, there was a stereotype that I didn't want to be black, I didn't want to be African because we come from Africa or we're slaves. So I want to be a Chinese boy, I want to be Bruce Lee. So growing up like that, I didn't like myself and who I was. I didn't like the color of my skin or the way that I spoke. So I emulated other people. I wanted to be something that I was not.
It's very saddening when you can literally only go back a couple generations and then it's like the documents just don't exist. There's no record. It's like, my family has completely been erased. In that same point too, in the time that we've been here, we've created an incredible culture and we have so many things to be proud of. And I always reframe the narrative myself and I speak of my ancestors that were enslaved as, doctors and healers. And it's like, we were taken because we were talented,
right?
Because we had skills.
One word he said is the word taken. That was not taken. I need people to stop saying that. I need niggas and niggers and black people to stop saying that, because it's factually not true. I really need people to understand you were not taken. You were sold.
You were a prophet.
Yeah. It tells you that in history books,
We
but
built this
people don't listen.
country, so
And still building.
and still building. That's something to take pride in. So
Can the disagree step forward?
Did he say niggas is still building this country? Niggas ain't building shit. I don't know, go back.
right, because we had skills to offer. And we built this country, so
And still building.
and still building. That's something to take pride in. So.
One with the hat on his head, y'all know he a little
Got a little bit of gum worms in his tank.
You know he part of the LGBTQ community. So you know when he meant building, he talk about you know what community he was talking about. He wasn't talking about no average.
Can the disagree step forward?
Slavery didn't affect my family, but we did suffer a different type of slavery back home. Like we went through colonization. Like I am Bamileke. There was a massacre of Bamileke. You guys can like look it up. They killed like more than 300,000 of my people because we didn't want to assimilate.
Bamileke War, independent struggles between Bamileke communist nation moved against France. These are wars that we don't really hear about or that we definitely don't discuss in our times. And if I'm not mistaken, through the 1955, there was no wars or nothing going on that bad. You know what I'm saying? You had white supremacists. Yeah, white supremacists. Actually, no. Seriously saying, the Jim Crow law was in effect during the 1955s and 60s, while they was actually in a war with a whole nother country in Africa. Just so people can get an understanding, seriously, before I crack the rest of these jokes. But seriously, they were going through a war, okay, for 5 years, while Jim Crow laws was in effect and getting into effect over here in America.
To the French culture, but it's still nothing compared to what you guys' ancestors like been through, you know.
I wouldn't want to minimize that pain, though. What you just said hurt me. That 300,000 people were killed because they would not conform.
If y'all didn't catch it, I'm gonna play it one more time and tell me if this person is looking for pain to hold on to, or is he really looking for salvation? I want y'all to hear this one more time.
Guys' ancestors like been through, you know.
I wouldn't want to minimize that pain, though. What you just said hurt me. That 300,000 people were killed because they would not conform to the colonization of the French people. So that is just as painful and hurtful as the trauma that we suffered here in America.
I can't share the same experience that you have went through and your family, even though we also had our own type of slavery. We had apartheid at the time, you know, where the Dutch people took over and they wanted to just have South Africa, Namibia, and I think other countries where we could only just speak Dutch. It's somehow still happening even now. There's like a place in South Africa where it's called Orania, you know, and it's just Dutch people there. No black person is even allowed there. So we still somehow feel that oppression even now, but it's nothing compared to.
Notice how she said, now. This is a year ago, so last year. We're talking now, 2023. There's a place in Africa where no black people are allowed. There's, I don't give a fuck about no sundown town. Shut the fuck up when you come to me about a sundown town, unless you're gonna say there's a nigger downtown too. If you cannot admit there's a nigger downtown, there's no such thing as sundown town, because there's nowhere in America that you cannot go except for the federal property. Huh?
What your ancestral history, you know, has gone through. I'm somehow happy that you guys have forgiven it, even though you haven't forgotten it. Have you forgiven it?
Thank you. Thank you. That's the question right there. $100 million question.
Like your face, like.
Do that. But me personally, no, I haven't. But I want to work through the change. But no, I have not forgiven because it's a system that's still going on. And from what I'm hearing from you guys, there's a system that's still going on in Africa as well, and it's a war on us.
Racism is the main cause of poverty among Black people in America.
Racism is a very big issue that talking about.
I just said it's all Hold on. I wanted to say it was all It was almost all female that sat down.
About it, I'm really trying to be careful to not like say anything that will be insensitive. If opportunity is right here, they will give it to people of other race than African American and Africans too. So if there's a job that maybe have math requirement, I feel like they'll pick an Asian person, or they believe, oh, African Americans will not dress appropriate, so they will pick another person. They will always like pick people that are not Black over.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part I love. I gotta get to. I gotta discuss. I actually had a discussion off camera with him a couple of days ago, I think, or yesterday, whenever. In society, it's statistically known that the people that do the most homeworks and does the most studies are Asian. They are dedicated to hard work at a young age. It's in their DNA. This is what their families do to them. You can't knock that. When their kids are studying, they're not allowed to be on TikTok but 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes a day. Come on, bro. These kids stay on phone for that. I want to say that. Second of all, my queen right here, which I don't know her name, but I guarantee if your name is hard, and this has been brought up and it actually has been stated that most bosses ain't finna hire you people with the hard ass name to pronounce. Because
that was just earlier.
They've been getting sued.
Bro, that was just earlier.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't have to correct me. You could have just went on with the stuff.
Oh, I could have, but no, I had to think about it myself. Like, hold on, wait. Can you say we been 100 on it? So we gonna be 100 and we gonna let it be known it was earlier today. See, you couldn't remember, so I don't fault you for that. I gotta mess with
Hey,
you.
look, I ain't gonna lie, hold on. He been waiting so long.
I swear I was.
He been waiting long. I know that felt.
It did. It really did.
I can tell how he said he put on his sexy voice to get some girl attention.
You buddy.
Some girl from Venezuela heard that shit. Oh shit. He meant that.
Hey, you want to know something?
What?
You know why I kick it with you so tough?
Because this podcast shit is funny.
For people that are Black. And I also think, I think the crucial missing point when we talk about economic disparity, time. Time is the most valuable currency. And if you have a stock that's like the American dream is the stock, and during all that time, all that asset, the American dream was appreciating, and you're not allowed to take out business loans, you're not allowed to read, you're not allowed to write, you have to first fight to become 3/5 of a citizen, then you got Jim Crow, and then you got everything else. It's like, you're now.
No. I understand what he's saying. But didn't me and you just had this conversation about loans and all of that?
Yeah, but he's under the influence. The reason people couldn't get loans, he forget about Black Wall Street was doing the Jim Crow law. one person I wish that was on here talking with them would be James Lee Peterson, because he grew up on a plantation as a kid.
Yeah.
So therefore he has that last Jim Crow. He grew up during the Jim Crow and told him like Black Wall Street was around during Jim Crow era. We was 80% married and together, and motherfucker, it wasn't all this I want to have sex with it wasn't. But
You try to make fun of somebody?
I'm not trying to make fun of myself, but I'm just trying to be real. But like, the more real I get, the funnier it sounds. Like, damn, I can't believe I'm actually saying this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, damn, I gotta be real.
Yeah.
Like back in them days where.
Hold on, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Which is, I already know where your head gonna go. But how did racism? Do you think racism affected you?
No, because I didn't deal with racism. We had diverse. I went to a diverse school. It was always black and white, and it may not have been that many blacks than whites, but at that time growing up, I didn't give a fuck. I was into sports.
Yeah.
As long as I can go to recess and play sports, and we had a good game, who gave a fuck? But all I knew is that it was blacks and white. Only time I really seen one race is when I went to a city school. And it was a bunch of niggas. I was like, damn, what the whites? And then the whites came in like Full House. You know what I'm saying? They was rare. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I got to see it from the other persona where we was dominated and it was less of them. But yet again, they didn't get picked on in school. They didn't get harassed. They got high-fived. They smoked cigarettes. They smoked weed in the bathroom, just like what you call it. You know what I'm saying? They
But
hung out.
I'm gonna tell you something. I always looked at that like it's a very few Caucasian, as you say, and in a public school.
If you grew up in the 90s, he was very diverse.
Yeah. But most of them Caucasians be the coolest ones in school, though, bro.
The Caucasian ones, I only had two friends that I could. I'm gonna be so 100. This is, I guess you can make fun of me, people. I couldn't stay after school, for real. I couldn't go to friends' houses like everybody else could after school. So when I could, you know what I'm saying, and I had the two friends I did, I made sure I had a blast. I made sure that I got into some type of mischief on my way over there to go hang out with my friends. And my friend, look, I used to get in trouble. You know how you used to get in trouble with your friends? No. I got in trouble on the way to go see my friends because I knew my friends didn't get into the type of trouble that I got into.
Yeah.
They wasn't curious. They didn't know how to climb walls and they wasn't into comic books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I wanted to go break into somebody's house, I wasn't thinking about being a burglar. I'm thinking of a Batman comic book or Spider-Man, something I done seen. I just want to go try and see if I can get in there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Something ignorant and stupid. I was a kid.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the way shit used to be for me. But I was the opposite of you though, bro. I come in from school, do my homework, I'm right outside. But that only lasted for so long until I became a homebody.
Let's hear what else they got to say. I feel you.
Like,
But I was outside. We played sports.
Now having to buy in at a price so high because the time is irreparable. You can't get that back. One black person today cannot, in one lifetime, achieve what generations of white families were able to do simply because they didn't have to compete with us to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
hey,
Only way I'm
I
agreeing.
think that's true.
Okay. So that's only in like land and development. Black people, I can admit, didn't have a chance to develop land and and get properties and probably build towns and stuff. Because let's be 100. Let's be 100. I'm gonna be 100 for a second. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was a dominant race in a town and I knew that, that other race, if they start building towns, their own towns and their own communities, one day I might not be able to do the things that I really want to do. I may not be able to dibble dabble. Yes. You're not going to quit playing with me if you're not going to say that you're not going to sit up here and weave in ways to make sure that I have some type of dominancy in my culture and moving forward. That's just like saying I got this block on lock. We had this block on lock since 1990. It's 2023. I still got this block on lock.
2024.
And now I'm just finna let Tom, Dick, and Harry take over. No. No.
But you had your year wrong, though. I gotta mess with you.
With you totally, like.
Yeah, I was thinking, just like you said, from a historical standpoint, we start with slavery, then that's centuries, generations of stolen labor, like you said, then we get into Jim Crow.
That's their problem. That's a personal problem when you only want to start with slavery. You can go back further than that to like, we was once kings. We once owned slaves. We once owned white people. We didn't treat them as bad. Yes. There are documents that, yes, white people were slaves by black folks. No, they didn't get treated as bad. And once white people found out that they could do the same thing and they did it a little worse. A lot worse. But you're not going to sit up here and say that you starting at racism, which that's what these four did. That's dumb. You're missing out on a lot of kings and queens that rule the land that you'll never know about because you don't want to deal with the pain and the slavery war. You don't want to look at the kings. For you queens out there, y'all don't want to look at the females that actually ran a tribe. Keeping it real. Shout out to my little man, some knowledge that he dropped this morning. My little man came out the room. Hot. He like, girl, don't listen. Ooh, hey, you had my partner on the game. Like, yeah, the truth. I'm like, yeah. He's young. He's going through the episodes. Hey, at that moment, it made his daddy proud. He's like,
yeah, it did.
Crow, which is just an extension of that. Then we have redlining, we have mass incarceration, we have events like the bombing of Tulsa and Rosewood in Florida, and all these different examples of our wealth being decimated. And I don't say that to come from a defeatist or a...
So why don't we, because these are factual events that happen, so why don't we get some lawyers today? Because this is the perfect time to do it. Right now. I mean, right now, before Trump get in office. Right now is the perfect time to come to these people and like, this happened, Tulsa happened, Black Street of Wall Street, Florida, all these Oklahoma, all these mass killing that happened in the black community. They would say, why y'all didn't go to jail about it? Why we didn't go to Sleepy Joe, Grandpa Joe, Black free slave Joe, best president alive ever speaking in life, Joe Biden.
Who said that?
Everybody. The 80 million. Hold on, let me say it like The Rock. The 80 million of The Rock fans that voted for that man. Wow. But think about it. I'm just asking. We had the best. We had 4 years at Joe. You bombed us. You killed us. You gassed us. You raped us. You slutted us. You put laws on us. You shackled us. Knee shack, Billy Goat. Hey, what's up?
That's crazy.
You have paid the LBGTQ or STUV? Well, I'm just come on, man, come on. Ah, you know why they need to shut up?
Why?
Because they did raise a lot of money.
Who did?
Black people.
What they raise money for?
We raised $170 some odd $1 million. Are we forgetting about Black Lives Matter?
No.
Oh man, Black Lives Matter, y'all. We forgot about them. Black Lives Matter.
But you white though, so it don't matter.
So that black supremacist Black Lives Matter raised a lot of money in the black community and ain't giving not a nigga, not a nan, not a nan, not a nigga dime.
Hell no, not a nan, no.
But so why didn't y'all come to them and say, hey, that financial gap? Because you know why? That was government funded. Did we forget that was government funded? Mate? Yeah, that was government funded, my brother.
Victim mindset, but I think if we just have an honest conversation about history and what we've gone through when we've been here, racism is definitely a big part of that. And there are a lot of successful Black Americans, a lot of millionaires.
Y'all won't even face the niggas that don't like niggas. Y'all won't even face the niggas that don't like niggas, so how can you face racism? Stop playing with me. They say to heal self, we gotta fight self first. So that's interracial. So let's fight interracial. That means self. That means our community. Let's fight that first before we go fight these white folks. Before we get shot up by some race.
You a dumb. You study talking about redneck. I said you dumb.
There's a lot of, business owners, but they're exceptions for sure for a reason. And there's a big difference between income and wealth. I would like to challenge the ideal that African Americans are lazy or that we don't have a good work ethic. I think there's this perception that, we're here, we're in America, how are we not doing better for ourselves? So.
Because you chose not to do better for yourself.
Because our ancestors taught us the wrong thing. Our ancestors taught us the wrong thing. They taught us hate instead of love. You got a little love in your heart. I think that when that little African movement came back, that stuff like that hurted us. When we didn't look up the truth, or when we didn't want to hear the truth about Martin Luther King, that hurted us. When you didn't want to hear the truth about Malcolm X, that hurted us. When you didn't want to hear the truth about when you were sold, not stole, that hurted us.
They sold and not stole.
You see, I believe like those steps hurted us because when are you gonna put the Band-Aid on the pain? I'm going through depression. Trust me, believe me, I am. And I keep every day trying to put the Band-Aid on the pain so I can heal. Now, is the Band-Aid gonna stick? So far, no. But in slavery, when is that gonna happen? The cut is that damn deep where Band-Aid. Okay, so when we gonna get a surgeon?
Yeah, true.
Is it really gonna take reparations, and then you're gonna find out that hard truth that Black people are gonna end up paying more Black people? Then what? How you gonna feel then? 60s. Understand that 60s, ladies and gentlemen, was like the biggest democratical movement. That's where, and the black people know it was said where the white man said that I'm gonna have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 100 and 200 years. So a white man said that these niggas was gonna vote democratically for the next 200 years. And you niggas fell right into their trap. Yet again, you don't want to buy into racism. I'm just going off the words he said, so therefore I'm breaking it down. When you look at buying into a system, that means voting into that same fucking system. You're voting into the same system that started the fucking Jim Crow. And I'm going to keep saying it every day on my show so people can drive it in your damn head. Jim Crow era started through the Democratic Party. It didn't just come through the Republican Party. If it came through the Republican Party, do you think the Democrats will rub that in our faces? They would smear it. Then I would be a sellout. I would be a Uncle Tom. I would be all that stuff that they claim to be because it would make sense. It would make common motherfucking sense. And yes, I'm getting emotional up in it because I need y'all to understand that it doesn't logically make sense if racism started through a party and you still voted for the party that started the racism. But yet again, I'm for racism from a party who won a war. We won a civil war. The Republicans won the Civil War. The Republican Party started through some black people. Oh my God, when you wake up and realize the Republican Party started from some niggas. It's like hockey started by niggas. Everything that started by niggas, white people seem to love. And you say it all the time. You say it all the time. Oh man, white people love what black people do. Okay, if that's true, then why can't you start some positive shit so they can steal the positive shit, so they can do the positive stuff? Huh?
Most people don't think like that. You know, most people don't think like that, and they really just don't care. A lot of people don't care about the world no more. For real. Me, on the other hand, if I could, I'd do as much as possible. But
your voice, learning, understanding the situations of what happened and teaching it down to your youth.
Yes.
It's a start.
Yes.
Okay. Understanding and not ignoring, not saying that I just learned that racism is not like it was a bought system. Racism was a bought system that these people didn't want these niggas to outsmart us one day. Yes, I'm going to admit on my show, yes, that happened. Yes, some white man out there thought about that. I cannot knock that. I cannot knock and say that did not happen. Because yet again, you would have did it too. If niggas had control, you wouldn't let these white folks get not a man, not a nova over on you. You wouldn't make sure with no equal playing field. You wouldn't live in no utopia world.
Ooh.
You wouldn't have open borders and have everybody over here like we handing out free margaritas and free weed. Snoop ain't handing out free fucking shows every weekend at the motherfucking Tropicana because it's finna close.
But
You see what I'm... But yet again, we still want to say system. But you don't want to go look at the name. Okay, that system started by who keep voting it in? Who keep voting this system? Whatever that system that's in his way, find that system. Who keep voting it in? Where does the follow the money. You remember what my other guest said? He said, no, we can't never get rid of 1%. So you try to tell me that the 1% is always going to take over because they said somebody know. But yet again, we get to learn. This is the most ever that the world get to know about these rich ass motherfuckers and all the bull crap that they have done to us and doing to us and poisoning our food and not giving us the best and how other countries eating better than us. I think about all that stuff. I do. And that's why I care about more and more and more and more. I keep caring about America. Like, damn, America, we need to step up. America, we need to step up. America, we need to step up. Oh my God. Well, if America don't want to step up, what? Racism. Niggas, you not gonna help. You niggas is not gonna help. True. So, 1970s, okay? 70s, ladies and gentlemen. This is when peace and love and war, like everybody seen the Forrest Gump movie. This is the Forrest Gump era of the movie where he was like a teenager and he was following Jenny all over the place. Johnny, where you going, Johnny? Okay, this is where 1970s. This is where black people were. This is where black people sound like a dude. You ain't shit. You sound just like his ass. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt your show. Yes, you did. What you fucking doing? You say, Jedi, where you going? Some people What you thought about that scene in the movie where you casting all over the country? They was in there, yeah, okay, so you get it. This is where black people were joining the army a lot. Shit. This was military time where yeah, stuff like that. Okay.
Ooh, she sound like she got some shit to say to him.
So, but to go back onto what he said by not buying into the system, buying black into the black community. I'm not trying to say that that's not hard to do. I just think
it just won't be easy.
I just think we need to switch up the mindset of doing it. Not just, you can't, we are the time and era where it just can't be just black on black. It can't. Like, it sounds good, but you can't, because you're knocking all the people that, you're knocking all the guilt trip white people. You're knocking all the confused white people. You're knocking all the people that are intrigued, that want to learn more. That would you see what I'm saying? You're knocking out a lot of white people that will come into that community and will have blossom it, even if you just kept them in the background. You know what I'm saying? I understand there's some bomb ass editing and stuff like that. You got the black dude, I still don't know his name, that goes around and eats at black people restaurants and get them a name and automatically they blow up. So you got people like him. You got I just my best, let me not call him my best friend. One of my little homies called me And like, man, I ain't talked to you in a while. I was just checking up on you. Hey, man, I got blah. He ended up slipping out his mouth saying that, hey, man, I got this box truck and stuff like that. And I'm like, stop. You need to go get your LLC or holler at your mama. Go get that box truck. Go start loading and unloading you some trucks. Cash on deck. Boom, 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 boom. You be traveling. You be making money on deck on my mom. Like, that's what I'm trying to, like, if I can save enough money to get into that and do that, yeah, I'm out of here. Because I see opportunities. I just gotta find me a start. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta save money and really get into it and understand that I gotta pay I think it's $1,000, $2,000 for insurance for a whole year. Some people rent out their trucks. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of these people are buying these trucks. I'd rather buy my trucks and start my own thing, thug it out hard.
Yeah.
Than link up with somebody just because, you know, I'm definitely not trying to do the moving company. I'm trying to move houses.
Hey.
What?
I think that's my LLC license. I just got back into my shit. I just thought about it. I'm gonna look in my email and I'm gonna come back and talk to you. I heard part of it because I lost thought. I mean, I lost concentrating thinking about that.
That's the key thing to go back to what you said.
What up?
When it goes down to documentaries. To sit down and watch the documentary of George Floyd and see how they painted a one-sided picture. Like George Floyd was not a... If you go look at his documentary, it doesn't paint no crime. They lightly touched the crimes that George Floyd went over. That's when Candace Owen blew up. Real shit. Yeah. And this what, like, I was already hip to how painting, but when Candace Owens, I'm sorry, broke down this nigga background record, all these felony cases that he did, how many times, and then the icing on the cake where I love throwing up in people's faces about the man straight kidnapped, duct taped, and raped a pregnant woman, and y'all talking about he's a hero? Really? Are you serious?
I already told you about that with me. I ain't really paid too much attention to
I
it.
get that. But when, like, as you hear people say Black Lives Matter, you gotta think they're talking about the Mike Brown. They're talking about the Florida case. They really talking about the George Floyd because that was the icing. That was the icing on the cake.
Man, real shit blowing up, ain't it?
Yeah, because that's April. I think she coming.
What you mean she coming?
Her, I guess. I don't know. I think right.
She been watching it?
I don't know. I don't know neither. I know you don't know. You asking questions. You need to drink something.
I did. No, I need one of your Red Bulls.
Huh?
I need one of your Red Bulls.
How many Red Bulls you think I got?
2.
So you want my regular?
Yeah.
That's not gonna quench the thirst.
How you know?
Because it don't quench my thirst. It's even thirsty. Where is my Red Bull?
Oh no, you just had it.
And I train of thought.
If I'm actually born, I will forgive those people. I don't care. It's easier for us Africans that were raised in Africa to feel like they're complaining because we were raised through struggle. Like I barely even have water, and you have water, you're complaining. But then,
I love that. I love that statement right there. That needs to stick home, and that's gonna stick home with me. And that's just something else I'm gonna start throwing up in people's faces. That I watched a 2023 document of a woman that said, I barely had water to eat, to drink, to eat, to make food, and stuff like that. American, you have water. Sometimes we have bad water, but yet again, there are ways to clean our water system up for ourselves to protect ourselves. Where I rather say we're still in a better predicament than somebody who's looking for a stream under the stars and moonlight, who's fighting against a coyote, a wolf, a lion, a tiger, a bear.
Life.
I'm just saying, I am truly, I'm about to cry. Her saying it almost made me just realize how blessed and thankful that I am.
Bro, I was going to speak on that, but you took it from me. I let you have it this time. I like that. No, I'm saying you said the same thing. I was going to say basically. I was. You said it already.
it's not about the basic necessity or about how we are raised. We are raised like, I don't want to say way better.
Hello?
We might not have resources, but there are some way, like our own people will not look down on us or put us behind. So it's in they're nurtured that way. Like they just can't overlook it. And if you sit down and watch everything that the forefathers have been through for you, I changed my mind. No, they need to be angry. However, they should still move forward.
I mean, we have police brutality back home too.
Sure.
We have, like, if you go to Cameroon and then you see.
What? Who that? Gigi. She can't get in the house?
No, she got some shit sitting down my throat she want me to kill. What? She got something on my throat.
I heard that, but I'm just saying, like, she couldn't bring it in there. Like, come on, that don't make no sense.
It don't even sound like she over there. And if she is, she in fucking 43.
That don't even make no sense. Y'all see what we got there? Crazy what we got there. Who is rocking with me? I appreciate you rocking with me, whoever's rocking with me. Love every day. Let me get back into this real quick.
How the police officer treat us, and they're black just like us. You're not even gonna believe it, you know. And in Cameroon, we have this. Have you guys heard of the word like tribalism? So
Yeah, it happens in Nigeria.
yeah, so we do get oppressed too. And
I agree.
so when I'm saying like we need to like look past that, I'm not saying forget what happened to you guys or me. At the end of the day, we cannot just sit and just grieve on the past. We have to be able to move on, but not forget. If I could choose a place to live, it would obviously be my country. I love my country, but right now, my country is not the best choice for me. There's a little genocide going on in Cameroon right now. So many innocent lives are being taken. If I was still in my country, the opportunity that I have here, I would not have those opportunities there.
Hip hop reinforces stereotypes about the black community.
You're the guy with the gun, the person who would do anything to protect the ones you love. But did you know you could go to jail for simply doing the right thing?
In South Africa, we have our own version of hip hop, so we call it Kwaito. So they would rap in our own language in different, we call it Vernac. So back home, it kind of did reinforce some stereotypes because now when you go out in the world, people will just classify you under one group. And growing up, also looking at American entertainment, looking at the hip hop that's done here, I'm like, oh, well, you're rapping about drugs, you're rapping about this. Of course it's going to happen. Of course you're going to go to jail. But getting older, you see the culture as well of hip hop. I had to understand that there's a culture within that.
I was alive when hip hop started, and it was during a time where people rapped about what they saw, what they wanted in life. And then it became where people rapped about what they had been through, what they had gotten over, used to sell drugs, used to hurt people, but now this is who they are. And I think it's gotten into now, and in our day and age now, it's where people are glorifying and wanting to pretend that these are the things that they do on a daily basis when it's not. So it went from storytelling to now really it's truly storytelling, but it's unhealthy for our culture.
I don't want to on my radio and all I'm hearing is, I put a bullet, something. Like, I'm like, eh? That's what you would do? No, like, and then it's like, it's all about like talking about female body type, the booty, the things. Like, don't talk about my booty like that. So I don't want to listen to something that portray me as a female that way, or something that is talking about how you put bullets in my head. Like, if you actually do not come to America and see for yourself, you will think that most African Americans are carrying guns around and they just shoot randomly, or they just grab your ass or something like that. That's the way the music portray them. And music is a very important element in our society because it influences a lot of people, both young and adult. And then,
yes, that is true. That is very, 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 very true. We have this time where we got this music, and it's getting worse and worse because mumble and people just don't care. They just want to hear the beat and talk about things that they want to try to live in.
Listen here, baby. You better be OSHA.
That's the problem. That is the problem that we are going. Oh, shit.
Add Spectrum Mobile, and you can catch the Los Angeles Dodgers this season on us. Tons of moments and more. It's a real home run. Stream over 140 live Dodger games when you add Spectrum Mobile.
Opera GX. Trying to play a game while you're watching your favorite YouTuber on the side, and then boom, your game starts.
Fulton County DA Fani Willis faces some new legal hurdles in former President Trump's Georgia election interference case. One of his co-defendants is now claiming Fani Willis illegally recorded a phone call with his attorney in an unrelated case in a different state, Maryland. That defendant says, quote, if Willis does not recuse herself from this case by noon on Monday, I may have no other choice than to pursue all lawful remedies. Meanwhile, Fani Willis has repeatedly spoken publicly about the Georgia election case.
Recently, they tell me they don't like me to talk about race. Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway. Truth is, it's some challenges that come to being black.
Let's say it for the record. I'm not embarrassed by anything I've done. I don't feel like we've been slowed down at all. I do think that there are efforts to slow down this train, but the train is coming.
Right out of her mouth. Oh, my goodness. Trump has a gag order and she doesn't? Now, some co-defendants in the Georgia case are reportedly considering pressing for a gag order against Fani Willis. Last week, the judge ruled against Donald Trump's motion to dismiss the entire case. We'll see what happens next. Carrie Kupek-Urban, Fox News legal editor. So let's just start with a gag order on her. We know she likes to campaign. She's not running for anything right now. Is it a reality TV show? What?
So let's talk first about what the purpose of gag orders are in the first place. And it's to prevent harm to the case or the people involved in the case that otherwise could not be undone. And we've seen these gag orders slapped again and again after one person and one person only. And his name is Donald Trump. But my question, Harris, is how is the harm that they say Trump is causing by tweeting about political bias any different or worse than, say, the district attorney in Georgia talking publicly about the case, saying things like, God is on my side, or Letitia James, the attorney general in New York, salivating over properties that Trump owns on Twitter, live tweeting all of his events? Because let me tell you something, if I'm a business person in New York, I'd be very worried that she would do the same to me and apply the law in a way that's never been applied before against me. Just doesn't matter that I'm not Trump. She's done it once. Why would she do it again? And if I'm a potential juror in Fulton County, how would I not be intimidated by the district attorney, a very powerful law enforcement officer, making all of these comments? How would I not be nervous to not potentially side with her if I'm on that jury?
I'm going to go a little bit further than that. You think a judge would be? Because I've always wondered if, in fact, she was watching in a sequestered area her ex-lover, Nathan Wade, on the stand, and that judge didn't ever even put that on the record to even ask her. I mean, she comes out all in a huff, her hair, all over the place, and she's just got to get on that stand. Her attorneys are trying to keep her from testifying. This was in the first go-around. We showed it stem to stern here on Fox. Who is intimidated by this woman? I think that's a fair question. And if intimidation is something that a gag order would solve, why don't they put one on her?
Right, and it's, again, only been applied against one person one way. And let's not forget, in the civil fraud trial, in that situation in New York, the ACLU, who is no friend of Donald Trump, suggested that gag orders against him are election interference. That's the ACLU talking, not Donald Trump. And so, again, if you're just the average person, whether you're living in Fulton County or you own a business in New York, I don't see how you are not intimidated by the actions of both of these law enforcement officers.
All right, we'll cover it all, as we always do.
They're not going to get her. I thought it was something important. They're not going to get her. It sounds good. It sounds interesting. It sounds like a very good story to cover. But we all know they're not going to get her. Girl going to be able to say what she want, use God, talk about black people and how they coming after her and all that good stuff. She won't be able to get away with murder. It's all down here, baby. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't gonna hold y'all almost 3 hour show.